Welcome to Mythlok, the home of mythology from every corner of our world and beyond. I'm your host Nitten Nair, and today we embark on a journey to meet the elusive master of the winds, the celestial gatekeeper who both aids and obstructs man's voyage across the seas and skies. This is Aeolus. In the lofty tales of ancient Greece, where gods walked among mortals over the sea, held secrets older than time, one figure had dominion not over land or water, but over the invisible, the very breath of the world. Aeolus, also known as Aeolus, was no ordinary being. He was entrusted with one of the most temperamental and untamable forces of nature, the wind. Zeus himself, the king of gods, chose Aeolus as the keeper of the winds. On the floating islands of Aeolia, Aeolus lived surrounded by the very gales he was charged with restraining. There, locked in a cavernous chamber, he kept the north, south, east and west winds at bay, releasing them only when the skies demanded it. But was he a god or a mortal king elevated by his deeds? That, dear listener, depends on which version of the myth you choose to follow. Some say Aeolus was a son of Helen. No, not Helen of Troy, but Helen, the mythical ancestor of all Greek people. Born of Helen and the nymph Odysseus, Aeolus shared his lineage with Zeus and Doris, placing him at the very foundation of Greek heritage. Others tell of a different Aeolus, son of Hippotas, ruling from his windswept island like a mortal king with divine responsibilities. And still, there are tales that whisper of his divine parentage, a child of Poseidon and an unnamed nymph, a being born of sea and sky. These varying accounts weave a richer tapestry than a single truth ever could. And in this web of lineage, Aeolus and his wife Enarete brought forth children whose names you may know. Sisyphus, condemned to his eternal labor. Athamas, father of tragic children. Salmoneus, who dared to mimic Zeus. His daughters too, Candace, Alcyone and Pisidia, were woven into the legends of loss and transformation. Aeolus was not just a father of winds, but of dynasties. Now would be a perfect moment to pause and ask you, if you're enjoying this journey through time and myth, please do like this video, subscribe to the Mythlok channel and share it with fellow seekers of ancient stories. We have recently launched our WhatsApp channel as well as accounts on Substack and Medium where you can get bite-sized information on mythology apart from our full-fledged website mythlok.com. Your support keeps the winds of mythology blowing strong here at Mythlok. But let us return to the man of the sky. His powers were immense. In Homer's Odyssey, Aeolus gives Odysseus a bag not filled with gold or treasure, but with all the storm winds of the world. A gift of calm seas, a promise of safe return. But mortals, as they do often, succumb to temptation. Odysseus' crew, driven by greed and suspicion, opened the bag, and the winds once tamed roared free, casting them back into the chaos of the sea. This simple tale, layered with meaning, shows the duality of Aeolus, a benefactor and a threat, the calm and the ocean. Physically, Aeolus remains a mystery. The ancients did not etch his image into stone the way they did for Zeus or Apollo. Instead, we must rely on symbols and metaphors. Artists imagined him in flowing robes that dance like gusts, with a long beard and a gaze that peers through storm clouds. Modern portrayals go further. In books, games, and even fantasy films, Aeolus may appear as a silver-haired elder in a dark patterned suit, perhaps conjuring winds with a flick of his hand. He's been reimagined across media, from Greek-inspired epics to video games where he commands air magic as an elemental force. In James Joyce's Ulysses, The Aeolus episode represents him in a cacophony of a newspaper office where words themselves are likened to gusts of wind, shaping, disturbing, and guiding the human mind. Here, Aeolus becomes a metaphor for the power and futility of rhetoric. Even beyond myth and literature, his name endures. In science, alien processes describe how winds shape our planet, from the desert dunes of the Sahara to the dusty plains of Mars. In astronomy, celestial features bear his name, immortalizing him in the very heavens he once stirred. Aeolus has become more than a myth. He is a symbol of nature's elegance and unpredictability, of unseen forces that shape human destiny. And now, dear listener, I leave you with questions that drift like the wind itself. If we could bottle the forces that shape our lives, would we know when to open them? Can we truly tame nature or merely ride its currents for a time? And in a world obsessed with control, what wisdom lies in surrendering to the breeze? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the skies and stories of Aeolus. If you've enjoyed our exploration today, don't forget to comment below with your thoughts and favorite myths. Who knows, your story might be the next one we explore. This is your host, Nitten Nair, reminding you to stay curious and stay mythical.